Okay, let's start with our girl Demi Lovato. Demi Lovato was, in my mind, one of the hottest women walking the face of the earth circa 2017, 2018. Let me see. Demi Lovato 2017. Let's take a look. Is this when she was still hot Demi Lovato?
Obviously.
Yeah, that was still hot Demi Lovato. Hashtag my Demi Lovato. Right here. That's my Demi Lovato. But the problem was there, and this is the conundrum we face with a Demi Lovato, is that while she was looking like this, when she was at all these red carpets and appearances, there was a hot spoon with some heroin ready to go backstage. And her life was a bit, shall we say, topsy-turvy.
Not good.
So she may have looked like this, and you would have went right there. Just
wow.
Right there, that's it.
Jeez.
But she was also a giant fucking mess. So you can have the nicest looking car in the world. If it won't turn over when you turn the key and it won't run and it won't get you where you're going, it's a frustrating hunk of shit.
What good is it?
That you can't stand. I'm sure if you were in a relationship with Demi Lovato, the first couple of weeks were fucking fantastic.
Yeah, until you're hooked on heroin.
Until you're either hooked on heroin or you can't go anywhere because fucking Little Miss Junkie over here has to be high all the goddamn time.
You're Jesse Pinkmaning it?
Sure. So, like, on the outside, she's Demi Lovato, and you're like, wow. On the inside, she's Chad Zumach, and you're like, this relationship, gone existed. Gone existed. Well, she got help for the heroin, unfortunately. She got better. She healed up. She got off the drugs. And I got to tell you, for some people, saving your life.
Not worth it. Wow, do I need a drug addiction?
I didn't. You finished
Would
that
I be
for
hotter?
me. I wasn't allowed to say that.
Okay.
But you said that. I don't have to agree or disagree with it, but it's out in the ether.
I put it out there.
So, the Hobo Chili Recipe says, yeah, the help was in the form of a buffet. Look, she got over it, is
and
what I'm trying to
scissors.
say. So that's Demi Lovato 2017. Let's simply look at Demi Lovato.
Oh, we should just stay there.
2021. It got to this. Doesn't that, I mean, does that not break your heart?
Look at that one.
Does that, I mean, look at that. I mean, that's a butch lesbian if I ever saw one.
That's fine, but the bowl cut, that one, that is truly tragic.
Oh, no. Why did you do this? No. Oh, come on. Why David Bowie?
Killing boners everywhere.
Oh, why are we doing this, Demi? So then.
That's a throwback, obviously.
This is the old picture. And then I think it's starting to get better. Like, this is still not good.
No, it's a red flag, literally.
Yeah.
Look at her.
At least she's wearing it now instead of shooting it. Yeah, and then 2022 did not get any better.
Worse.
I have to look and see if that's not Sam Smith. It's so bad. Yeah, I just... Why did she wait until she was off heroin to look like a heroin addict? That's what I don't understand.
I don't think heroin addicts.
Oh, come on!
I don't think heroin addicts are fat, right? I have no idea, actually. What does heroin do?
I just kind of meant the hair more than anything else. So now 2023, is she bouncing back?
Who is that?
I don't know. It's Jordan Lutz. Jordan Lutz. So she's getting better, question mark, but not, but is she?
Thank God we can say she now.
Yes, you can say she.
Way.
So the reason I bring this up is because when she got really piggy recovery, she said, well, you know what, guys? I am now a they, them. I am non-binary. I love it. I live in California. I see everybody being non-binary, and I go, well, I can't miss out on this. I got to be non-binary. So Demi Lovato decides that she's not a man, she's not a woman, she's somewhere in between. She starts singing to aliens. She's one of these people who, like, you know when you first take up a hobby and you act like you're the first person who's ever discovered that hobby?
Yeah.
And you won't shut the fuck up about it. You have to tell everybody about your new thing. It's like a born-again Christian, or, you know, when I was in high school and I discovered 9/11 conspiracies.
Oh, God.
Oh, you had to talk to people about 9/11 conspiracies. Really? And you can see them getting exhausted, but you don't care for some reason. Same thing with Demi Lovato when she became a they, them. She wanted to tell us all what it was. She wanted to lecture all of us on her pronouns. And it's like, bitch, you're brand new to this. Like, you're still learning. How are you going to tell us?
You know who else does that? Fucking CrossFit people.
CrossFit people are guilty of this as well. And I'm pretty sure most of them are they, them. Yeah, Hulkamasha Baby says, like you with golf. Exactly. When I got into golf last year, golf. I want to go to the driving range today.
Go to the driving range.
I want to hit a bucket of balls today. No, you have to come with and go to the driving range too. Because if you're not there to keep an eye on me, I'll go golf 18 holes at Boulder Ridge today.
I've never yelled at you for that.
I'm not saying you'll yell at me. I'm saying I find it to be irresponsible behavior. But
to each their own.
If I hit a bucket of balls or I played 18 holes, who would know? Right? Who would know?
Because obviously you're like just doing work for them, right, to pay it off, and I would never see that come through the bank account.
Right, exactly. I would do it on a trade.
Sucking some D's.
So Demi Lovato is now a she, her again. She's a woman again because she realized that nobody's going to steady fuck me if I'm crazy and they, them. I'm not going to get a Jordan Loot. And if I can't have a Jordan Loot, then what the hell's the point of doing all this?
If you go on a date with somebody, let's say you met them online, like on Tinder or something, and you're going to dinner, and you find out they're they, them, you're gone, right? You have to go.
Look, I'm a gentleman. I'm a polite guy.
Really?
I would finish the meal. I would finish the date, give them a nice hearty handshake, kick their ass into an Uber, and get the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah, you can't make that last any longer than dinner, at least. No. Like, that's anyone that goes by a they, them is just going to be a problem.
Well, here is a rare moment of self-awareness for Demi Lovato. She gave an interview with, I believe, GQ Hype in Spain, where all the stars go. And they asked her about the non-binary thing. Why are you, you were they, them, and now you're just she, her again? And she said, well, I'm not mentally ill anymore. No, she said that becoming they, them, and what it entailed was, quote, too exhausting. And to which I respond, thank God one of them finally admits it.
Yeah, that's true.
At least we finally have a non-binary person who goes, I had to go back to the she, her thing. This is fucking exhausting. And I want to say, exhausting for you. Now imagine being us.
Your boner was dead.
Yeah. You know all the bullshit you had to keep saying out of your face? And you go, oh, it's exhausting bullshit. We had to hear the exhausting bullshit. It's way more exhausting for us. You chose to have that diarrhea purge come out of your mouth. We didn't have a choice in whether or not we heard you say it or not.
How many people that seriously looked up to her, because people do that with celebrities, I guess, were just heartbroken by everything she did.
And also, you got to consider the trans community. They're bitchy about everything, so now they're going to yell at her.
Oh, they'll crucify her now.
Yeah, because they yelled at her when she became they, them, because she's a faker, and you can't. I love that Demi Lovato is kind of a hero to those of us who are a little more traditional with this stuff. She's like our accidental superhero, because remember when she flipped they, them, we were like, oh, so you just flip your pronouns whenever you feel like it. She's like, yeah, I'm just, sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. So I'm they, them. So then trans people yelled at her and went, hey, wait a minute. Trans, you can't just turn trans on and off. That's not okay. And we were all like, well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of our argument. You sort of can. You can jump through a hoop. Yes. One day you're they, them. And then she switches back to she, her. Well, now they got to yell at her again because she's proving our point all over.
Do we think that suddenly in the last couple years, probably literally 2 years, that we just suddenly have biologically all these trans people?
Right.
Or is it a trend?
Or could it be a trend?
Could it be a trend?
I have a feeling that people who are in middle school now, when they're like 25 and 30, they'll get together when they're drinking and go, hey, you guys remember that one year where we all decided we would be trans? That's fucking crazy, right?
That is just like people back in the day. They're like, oh, you remember our goth phase? Do you remember our emo stuff?
I hope that the trans thing is their generation's a Tamagotchi.
But you know what?
Where we all had a little keychain pet that we kept in our pocket.
Yeah.
And we fed it and we cleaned up its shit.
Lost your mind if you forgot it.
Right. And you killed it and you felt like a murderer. Yeah. I'm hoping trans is the Tamagotchi of the 2020s.
Yeah, but you know what the difference is? when you were a goth or emo or something, the worst physical thing you did to yourself was get a piercing or color your hair black.
That's true.
You're not doing hormones or lopping off body parts.
Well, I'm hoping that these kids are smart enough to know this is a social trend, and they're going, look, I ain't going to lean the fuck in. I'm just going to cut my hair short, you know?
Well, you can wish in one hand and shit in the other, Aaron.
I mean, yeah, I'm a middle school girl, but all I'm doing is, getting myself a pixie cut and throwing a football with the boys. I'm not really going to lean into this shit. I might talk.
Hope not.
Yeah.
You might
a woman doesn't talk.
You might talk.
A lady never talks. That's, I believe, is the new saying.
No one tucks and tells.
Yes. So Demi Lovato switched back to identifying as she, her, in addition to they, them. She's both now. Okay.
She didn't get there.
Can we cut out the middleman? Get this bitch a spoon. Get her a spoon and a needle. She was so much more fun.
She looks like she's on the way with her boyfriend. Did you see him?
He does look very heroin-y.
Yeah.
Although, sometimes you can be recovering from drugs and you tap the fuck up. It's the thing that you replace the heroin with.
The greasy black spiked hair is not telling me that, and the pasty white skin.
Well, she is now she, her, in addition to they, them, because she, quote, got tired of explaining the meaning behind the latter pronouns. Hey, great, Demi, tell you what. Any way you could go and convince the other people in that community to suffer the same level of exhaustion you did with the pronoun, I'm for it.
Well, why can't she just go by she, her then, though? Why does she have to still include the they, them? Just so she doesn't get screamed at by that community?
No, make new friends and keep the old. One is silver and the other gold. That's her attitude. I constantly had to educate people and explain why I identified with those pronouns. It was absolutely exhausting, she said. And then, look, again, I'll respond the same way I did before. If it was exhausting for you, imagine how it was for us. Because you wanted to explain the difference. We didn't want to hear it. And you made us hear it.
I did want to see the alien singing video, though. We had to get there.
She sang very well to that alien. That was beautiful singing. I just got tired, but for that very reason, I know that it is important to continue spreading the word. Oh, well then, God bless there, Demi.
Bravo.
Lovato, who is currently dating musician Jutes. Oh, he's not Jordan Jutes. He's just Jutes.
No.
Yeah.
Stop.
That's his name.
I want to know what band he's
in.
in.
No, his name is Jordan Lutz, and he goes by Jutes.
Stop this madness. It's Jordan.
I don't know who Jutes is. Am I supposed? Oh, wait. And guys, I'm wrong. The S is a $sign.
That guy is worse than Machine Gun Kelly. You know why? Because at least Machine Gun Kelly's famous and like blowing up right now.
He's actually.
At least he's doing something.
So do I pronounce that Jute dollar?
I hope so.
Or is that Jutes? I'm not really sure, but man.
What band's he in?
I tell you what, though, that $sign at the end, that's catchy, man. That's like branding. That's cool. Because that's like money, bro.
Yeah, he either could have picked a Z or a $sign, and he picked correctly.
He's a musician, Jutes. That's all we know.
So he's not in a band. He's just that guy.
He's just Jutes. Well, at least he's totally not fucking Demi Lovato for the notoriety. That's nice. She also said she wishes more gender-neutral spaces for everyone, as she found herself torn over basic amenities such as sex-assigned bathrooms and paperwork. Go to the pussy bathroom.
I'm sorry, she's still exhausting.
Oh,
she's the worst.
She really is. She's still bad. Okay.
And when you look at pictures like that of her, she's a problem. She's that girl you look at who is only missing a septum piercing. She's a problem.
Yeah, that septum piercing looks like it would fit just perfect.
Yeah.
I face this every day, for example, in public toilets, having access to the women's bathroom, even though I don't completely identify with it, she said. Oh,
God,
man.
I just do the same thing sometimes. Sometimes I feel like I should be stand-up peeing and that I'm really doing it wrong.
Well, I mean, I give you a 10 for degree of difficulty if you do that.
I should be rocket spraying shit on the bathroom wall, but in the ladies' bathroom, you can't do that.
You know we don't do that, right?
No, I've only heard like 2 specific stories of that, and it's really gross.
Or it also happens when filling out forms, such as government documents or any other where you have to specify your gender. You only have 2 options, male and female. And I feel like none of that makes sense to me. She's only 30.
Dude, she's not going to make it. I promise you, like, people like her don't make it in this world.
LB Dirtbag says, I bet Jute's $sign is his Netflix password. You know it is. You know it is.
I bet you they go by they, them, too. That's not a dude. That's just a...
Fauci's pangolin says syphilis fucks up the brain. Yeah, I mean, it can get to you. That's for sure. Annoyed Wawa supervisor says we had to tell Amelia to remove her septum piercing last week. Dealing with the complaints from the morning crew was getting exhausting. Well, thank you for the update on what's going on, because I always say as Wawa goes, so goes the nation. So I'm glad that annoyed Wawa supervisor can keep us, on the up and up.
You know what Demi's kind of lying about, by the way? The whole, on forms, they only give you 2 options of who you are. They don't do that anymore.
Oh, no, they let you do all of them.
It's all of them. They include absolutely everything. And if they don't, break down the others that you can choose from, they'll just say other or non-binary.
Wait, yeah, I mean...
You have your options.
Where do you live? Montana? I think that's the only state where they still... I don't even think they put woman on the forms in Montana yet. I think it's just man, horse. And then everyone else doesn't really need a license for anything because you're not supposed to be driving.